Hopefully you've watched the tips that I gave on how I went through the Chapter 5 and sections of the Chapter 5 and 6 study guides. Now I'm going to look at Chapter 7. This time I'm going to look at the medical procedures section. I begin with the word cryosurgery. Cryo means cold, surgio means operative procedure, ere means process of. And in this case, the text gave an example that said something about freezing off tissue using nitrogen. But that seemed a little bit more complex, so I looked up my own definition in Dorland's, and I found the use of extreme cold to destroy tissue to fit better. And that's really all cryosurgery is. You don't have to know how you get extreme cold. You just need to know that cryosurgery is the use of extreme cold to destroy tissue. Curettage is a procedure that uses a curette to scrape off superficial skin lesions. Curettage. And that's pretty straightforward. The word does not break down. Debridement. Around here, I also heard this called debridement, but the French word for it is debridement, and I think that is the correct pronunciation. If you did this on a pronunciation quiz, I would take either one. And this is a procedure in which necrotic tissue is debrided or removed from a burn, wound, or ulcer. Necrotic means dead tissue. Debridement is removal of dead tissue. Electrosurgery. Electro is electricity, surgio is an operative procedure, and area is process of. And this is a procedure that involves the use of electrical current to remove a nervous wart, skin tag, or malignant lesion. That seemed a little bit complex, and in this chapter in particular, I find that they get really specific. Like when they put in a definition for biopsy, they say a biopsy has to do with removing a skin lesion in a doctor's office or in a hospital, when actually the definition is broader than that. A biopsy can be used doesn't have to be for having to do with the skin. So I'm a little bit leery of this chapter to begin with, and whenever something seems abnormally complex or has more information than I need, I go to my Dorland's dictionary or I go to an online dictionary, and I begin to look these up and see if I can find a simpler definition. And in this case, I found surgery using an electric current to heat and cut tissue. And that seems more precise to me, so that's the one that I'm going to go with. Laser surgery. The text does tell you that laser is an acronym. Not that you really need to know that, but it's kind of interesting. It's light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. And this is a procedure that uses pulses of laser light to remove birthmarks, tattoos, enlarged superficial blood vessels of anorexia, or unwanted hair. I think there's other uses of laser surgery too, so I would probably substitute that with procedure that uses pulses of light laser to remove things such as birthmarks, tattoos, enlarged superficial blood vessels, etc. Dermabrasion. Derm means skin, abrase means scrape off, and means action or condition. And this is a skin resurfacing, and the text says that uses aluminum oxide crystals to abrade and remove the epidermis to produce smoother skin, or procedure in cosmetic, or that definition seemed a little bit complex to me, so I went out and found another one that says just simply a procedure in cosmetic surgery in which rough facial skin is removed by scrubbing. And that was the simplest definition that I found. So in the end, I've got cryosurgery is a surgery, sorry about that, cryosurgery is a surgery that the use of extreme cold to destroy tissue. Curettage is to scrape off superficial skin lesions. Debridement is a procedure of removing dead tissue from a burn, wound, or ulcer. Electrosurgery is a surgery using electric current to heat and cut tissue. Laser surgery is a procedure that uses the pulses of a laser light to remove tissue such as birthmarks, tattoos, or enlarged superficial vessels or unwanted hair. And dermabrasion is a cosmetic surgery in which rough facial skin is removed by scrubbing. And that's probably adequate for this section. Once I have these committed to memory, I'm ready to move on to the next.